Sport Karate Radio. Sport Karate Radio. Growing the sport of sport karate. Tune in each week for episodes with special guests as we discuss sport karate. Sport karate.
What's happening, everybody? Sport Karate Radio. We got a great episode for you guys here. This is episode number 22, I believe. We've been at this for 22 episodes. We're only 3 episodes deep into our video journey. We got some great stuff coming your guys' way. I'm going to be dropping some big money on one specific player coming up. And after that, we're going to play a little game with everybody who's watching. Make sure that you guys watch till the end so you guys can play this. Since Corey is not joining me today, he's at the AKA Warrior Cup doing some stuff there. You guys will be playing the game with me, a little name that person. So make sure you guys check out till the very end. See if you guys can tell me who is that person that I give you guys some hints at. But first, I want to talk about some stuff coming up. We got some tournaments coming up. Obviously, we got the AKA Warrior Cup this weekend. That's 3 days long. And then following that, what we have is the Compete Nationals, and that's February 22nd, 23rd, 24th of 2019. That's going to be a great tournament. AKA Warrior Cup is kind of the standard that we look at, especially with being the first tournament of the year. Everybody kind of can pick and choose what they like and what they don't like as far as promoter-wise, what they want to add to their tournament based off of the AKA Warrior Cup. So we should be able to see what people are liking and not liking based off of what we see of the Compete Nationals and tournaments coming up after that. All right, when we get back, I'm talking the first story of the day. We're going through our picks for the AKA Warrior Cup. And when we get back, we'll be hearing about all of those picks. I'm dropping big money on one person. You guys are going to want to check that out.
If you want to be the best, you got to compete against the best.
Welcome to my turf.
If you want to win here, you're going to have to go through me.
You have to go 100% at all times.
If you want to beat me, you got to train harder than me.
I guarantee you, I train harder than you.
You think you're better? Prove it.
It takes hard work.
It takes dedication.
Be motivated.
You think you're the king of this ring? I'm a lion. I'm the king of the jungle. No man can stop me.
This is Infinity National Championships.
All right, make sure you guys check out our friends at Fighters Inc. They got all of the latest and greatest gear for inside and outside of the ring. If you want to look your best and feel your best, check them out, fighters-inc.com. All right, so let's go through these picks that me, Corey, and Jacob went through last week. So we made some adjustments because it's impossible to tell who is showing up at a tournament until you actually are there and you can see who is actually competing or not. We made some adjustments. So originally I picked, I think it was 2 people who didn't show up. I picked Ross Levine to win the Men's Fighting Warrior Cup. He's not there this week. And I also picked somebody for the adult forms, Danny Etkin. Danny Etkin is not there. He's got school, and he mentioned that school comes first. Great attitude. He's a super smart competitor, and he's choosing to stay back in Cali to finish his school stuff. So if you guys are just checking in right now, make sure you guys say something. Let us know that you guys are there. If you guys want to invite anybody of your Sport Karate friends, feel free to invite them to the group. All right, let's go through these picks. So for the adult forms category, I picked Reed Presley. Wolfman picked Reed Presley. Corey picked Ariel Torres. Now, Ariel is in, I believe it's Colorado right now. So he is not competing at the AKA Warrior Cup right now. He's in, I think it's Colorado Springs or something like that. What's up, Alex? And then for the adult weapons, I got Mackenzie Emery, Wolfman, and Corey both have Jackson Rudolph. Now, I don't know any of the forms people who have won throughout the weekend, but we're going to get to that. I may have some news coming up throughout the show from somebody at AKA Warrior Cup on the information about the forms category, who's going up against who for the Warrior Cup with the forms. But as of right now, I don't know any information about the forms. I don't even know if Mackenzie Emery's even there. I don't think she is. But all right, let's move on to the men's fighting here. We got Avery Plowden all the way across the board by me, Wolfman, and Corey. As I drop my my power cord. So we got Avery Plowden all the way across the board. Me, Wolfman, and Corey all agree that Avery Plowden is going to win the men's fighting. He is not going to win the men's fighting. He already lost. So that was a shot and a miss by all three of us right there for the men's fighting. But one person who did win multiple divisions within men's fighting is Cameron Dawson, and I'm going to talk to him or talk about him in a second here. And then women's fighting, we got Gina Thornton, Morgan Plowden, and Gina Thornton. Me and Corey both picked Gina. Wolfman picked Morgan. Now, Morgan Plowden is going to the finals there. She's going to go against I'm going to mispronounce this name, Kitiana Everett. Kitiana is, I believe she's an NK fighter. I don't know who specifically she's sponsored by for her team. And then, obviously, Morgan Plowden is Team Impex. By the way, Team Impex's new uniforms, they are a hell of a lot better than their old ones. They're not as raggedy. So props to Richard Plowden for getting some new uniforms. It was well overdue. Okay, so let's talk about Cameron Dawson. Let's talk about him for a second here. He has won 2 of his divisions at the AKA Warrior Cup so far this weekend, and I don't think he's good. I think that he is a fighter that has had some extreme talent, and I think that he has gotten lucky at the Warrior Cup so far, and he's not to the level where people cannot figure him out. There's enough video on Cameron Dawson that people will be able to figure him out, and they will be able to figure him out very quickly. So if you guys are just tuning in, I'm dropping some big money on somebody coming up at the end of the show, and we're also playing Name That Person, so make sure you guys stick around till the end so you guys can play that game with me here. But Cameron Dawson, I think, is overrated. I think that he is going to be figured out, and I think he is going to be figured out very soon by a handful of players. Now, that's not taking anything away from Cameron and what he's done this past weekend. Cameron Dawson has done phenomenal for himself this weekend. And in fact, I think that he is going to be the one that wins the Warrior Cup for men's fighting. But after the Warrior Cup is where we really find out who is on that next level of fighting and who is doing their homework. If you're doing your homework, then you know how to beat Cameron Dawson. Now, Cam is a great fighter. He's had a lot of success here this weekend, but I think he's overrated, and I think that with a little bit of homework and a little bit of studying, that there's going to be a handful of fighters out there that will be able to beat him at an event. And I just want to hit on this here really quick before we move on. NASKA World Champion. Now, I don't know if you know what NASKA stands for. NASKA stands for North American Sport Karate Association. Let's talk about this for a second. NASKA World Champion, North American Sport Karate Association. Now, for our video watchers out there, we have an image of North America. North America is that. I mean, I'm not going to go through too much for you about North America. And then this is the world. Don't compete in NASCAR and call yourself a world champion. I'm sick of hearing it. I am sick of seeing it everywhere. I am a world champion. I got first in my division for the last year. You are literally saying that you are the North American Sport Karate Association world champion. That doesn't add up. That doesn't make any sense. Do not call yourself a world champion if you're claiming to be a NASCAR world champion. Now, let's talk about this for just a minute here. North America has 565 million people roughly. The world has 7.5 billion people. Now, calling yourself a North American champion, not world champion, a North American champion, that's a little out there for NASCAR because you got all these different organizations out there with competitors that don't compete in NASCAR. But I'll give it to you. I'll give you the North American champion, but not world champion. You cannot tell me that you are better than 7.5 billion people out there in the entire world. Don't say it. You're not a world champion. If you compete in NASCAR, you are a North American champion. And that's still shooting out there, but I'll give it to you. I will give it to you. All right. Let's go back to our picks here. I picked Reed Presley. So did Jacob Wolfman. I had to adjust my adult forms person. I picked Danny Etkin, I believe, to win the adult forms category. But since he's not there, I had to change my pick to Reed Presley. Corey picked Ariel Torres. Ariel Torres is not there. And Corey's busy all weekend long doing stuff, taking pictures, writing down stuff, whatever it is he's doing. He is busy. So Reed Presley seems to be the favorite for adult forms. Let me know what you guys think out there. Reed Presley is our favorite. Tell me what your favorite is. Adult weapons, I don't know anything. I know Reed Presley is at the tournament. Now, I didn't see him compete at all throughout the day, and I did watch all of the tournament so far throughout the day as much as I could. They had the streams, as always, were iffy. I don't want to say too much more than that, but the live streams on YouTube and on Facebook, I did watch the majority of those as much as I could without, having 18 different monitors in front of me watching all simultaneously. So I know that Reed Presley is there, and I did not see any of Mackenzie Emery. I do believe Jackson Rudolph is there, so we'll see what happens with the forms. But I do know that the men's fighting, we all picked Avery Plowden. Avery is not going to be one of the 4 people fighting for the Warrior Cup, with the exception of the team fighting. The team fighting, Team Impacts, which Avery Plowden is on, will be making it to the finals to fight for the Warrior Cup. Now, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the team sparring for the Warrior Cup. Now, because Team TDE, Team Dojo Elite, teamed up with Team Power, those guys are a stacked team. Those guys have a very solid and a very deep roster with fighters that even if somebody gets injured, 2 or 3 of their players, they have players that can step up and they can fill that gap. But with that being said, I don't know if Team Power or TDE or whatever it is able to dethrone Team Impacts from that. Let's talk about that here in a second. Let's get back to it. When we get back, I am dropping some big money on one player, and it's not who you think it may be.
If you want to be the best, you got to compete against the best.
Welcome to my turf.
If you want to win here, you're going to have to go through me.
You have to go 100% at all times.
If you want to beat me, you got to train harder than me.
I guarantee you, I train harder than you.
You think you're better? Prove it.
It takes hard work.
It takes dedication.
Be motivated.
You think you're the king of this ring? I'm a lion. I'm the king of the jungle. No man can stop me.
This is Infinity National Championships.
Check out our friends at Fighters Inc. They got all the latest and greatest gear for you inside and outside of the ring. If you want to look your best and feel your best, check them out, fighters-inc.com. They're carrying all the sport karate brands that you know and that you love. Fighters-inc.com. All right, I'm betting on one player real big. I'm dropping big-ass boatload of money on one person. This is my suitcase full of money right here. And it is filled with $100 bills. And I'm betting on one person this entire season that you do not think that I would bet on. Now, I do my research and I do my history. And I have realized that there's one person out there that competes. When this person competes, they compete conservatively and they win every tournament that this person goes to. Now, what I want you guys to do right now is I want you guys to go and drop some comments down below and tell me who you think this person is. And if anybody can get it, I don't know, I'll give you a air high five or something like that. So if you're watching right now, let me know who you think I'm betting big on. Betting big, I got a suitcase. This is a pretty small suitcase. It's a shoebox. But I'm betting big on one person. I'm betting big on one person right here. Small mortgage. Car loan. That amount of money. That person. Give me a second. That person. Oh, what the heck? Come on here. If I can figure this out, we are betting on Avery Plowden. Avery Plowden is the person that I'm spending my $1 million on. $1 million right here in this box. I got $1 million riding on Avery Plowden for this season. Let me tell you why. Avery Plowden has the best coach in fighting. Avery Plowden has his dad, Richard Plowden, that is his coach, that goes to tournaments with him, that teaches him. That's the other thing about sport karate that doesn't really make any sense to me, is you have a coach that you train with, and then you go and compete at tournaments for a team, but that team captain has nothing to do with your day-to-day stuff without saying, hey, let me talk to your coach. Let me tell your coach what you need to work on. Avery Plowden has that. Avery Plowden's coach and his teacher are the same person. And not only that, but Richard Plowden is one of the most knowledgeable and proven people out there to be doing what he's doing. Now, with that being said, he's also on the top team. The top team, like I told you before, Team TDE and Team Power, or whatever, TDE Power, is fighting Team Impex tonight, and I think Impex is going to pull it off. That is the team that Richard Plowden is on. He's on the top team. I think that Impex will drop some bombs on Team TDE Power, and I think that they will come out with a win. And last, he's conservative. What do I mean by that? Richard Plowden is conservative. You don't see him doing flashy stuff. You do not see him doing what the Raymond Daniels did back in the day. What you see Richard Plowden doing is stuff that makes him win without gaining any new friends. He's the Andrew Luck of the sport karate world without the neckbeard. Avery Plowden is the Andrew Luck of sport karate. Andrew Luck is proven. He's coming back, and there's a lot riding on Andrew Luck because everybody thinks that he is going to be the next best thing. Avery Plowden is that next best thing. Without Raymond Daniels in the league, Avery Plowden will succeed to a next level of stardom. Now, Avery Plowden will win tonight for the teams. Team Impex will beat Team TDE Power. And for those of you that are watching, you guys can check that out. We got the live stream online. You guys can check it out on, I think it's on Facebook as well as on YouTube. Just search for AKA Warrior Cup 2019. You guys can check it out. So that's who I'm dropping a small mortgage on, is on Avery Plowden. Let me know what you guys think. All right, last but not least, we're playing some Name That Person.
It's time to play that game that everybody loves. It's a game of guessing. It's time to sing along. Name that person. Who could it be? Name that person. Say it with some glee. Jackson, Jeff, Mike, Richard, Dean, Leon, Mike, Chatter, Bud. Who could it be? Name that person. Say it with some glee.
All right, everybody, let's play that game. Name That Person. Last week, the fellas got it right. They guessed the correct person. It was Anthony Merricks. And the week before, Wolfman got it correct. To everybody's surprise, it was, who was it? Jesse Enkamp, the karate nerd. All right, so let's play Name That Person. Your first clue is Waco World Champion 1991 and 1993. If you have any guesses, drop them in the comment box below. And let me know who you think it is. If you win, I'll give you a, I'll give you a high five. Next clue is this person was a bridesmaid in the movie 27 Dresses. Now, if you've seen the movie 27 Dresses, you can probably guess that it's not a very masculine male, if a male at all. Bridesmaid gives it away. It is a woman. If you got any guesses, drop them in the comment box below. And our last clue is member of Team Paul Mitchell. You think you know who it is? The answer is Christine Bannon Rodriguez. Christine Bannon Rodriguez. So if you got it right, here's a virtual high five for you. Congratulations. And that's going to do it for this episode of Sport Karate Radio. I want to thank you guys all for watching, for tuning in. We're about to go live on our Facebook page. We're switching over to our Facebook group to do all of our live stuff. But since it is our first time, we are going to go live again on our Facebook page. So if you guys are going to watch that as well, do not give away the person who is the Name the Person, Christine Bannon Rodriguez. And make sure you guys check us out. We're doing the exact same thing right over on our Facebook page. Check us out, facebook.com/sportkarateradio and at sportkarateradio.com.